What's up, everybody? Welcome to After the Final Whistle, football talk with John and Montel. All right, welcome to episode number 26. I'm Montel. Our co-host is John. What's going on, man?
Not much. Not much. Not ready to go back to work on Sunday, but that's when my vacation's done. So
Yeah,
I guess I had no choice.
that's the worst part for everybody that takes vacation. You do not want to go back. So
Right.
I feel that
Um,
pain.
right. How about you? How you doing?
Pretty good. We had someone make an offer on our house, and 99% sure we're gonna accept it. So, got that going. So we'll have to hopefully make an offer on another one for us here in a couple days. So, I'm excited for that. Not excited about the moving part, but that's part of being a
Right.
a big kid. Big adult. You got to do shit you don't want to do sometimes. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm ready.
Exactly. Well, congrats on that. Hopefully it all works out for you.
Dude, yeah, you've heard me talk about what happened with the other one, so I just hope that doesn't happen. But
Yeah,
um, so I think you got some injury news this week, don't you? It's been a busy couple of days.
it has. It has. I know I won't be able to cover all of them
Nah.
because of everything kind of being in flux and how much of it there is. But starting off, it does look like George Kittle will play for the first time this year. Um, Definitely needed after Trey Lance is done for at least this season
Mm-hmm.
after what was it, breaking his fibula and ankle or something like that.
Yeah, didn't even know it was broken. He tried to, someone I guess helped him get up, and he fell back down, which is something you don't want to do with a broken anything on the lower leg. So
Right.
it was nasty.
Um, Yeah, it was. Fournette is questionable with the hamstring, so we'll see. Judging from Godwin also being out, and Evans being suspended, a lot of, and I think Russell Gage is also questionable. So like the Buccaneers are like
It hurt.
hurting,
Yeah, bad.
hurting. Because I also think Julio Jones is leaning towards being out too.
So Tom Brady
So
and his offensive line, that's pretty much it. We'll see if I
I
got
mean, they
touchdown
did sign
maybe.
Cole Beasley. They did sign
Uh,
Cole Beasley.
I'm not gonna say
Um,
nothing about Cole, man.
Sammy Watkins is ruled out with the hamstring. I didn't even know he hurt his hamstring in
Yeah, I'm like,
Sunday
what's
night's
up with all
game.
the hammies?
Let's see here. Renfro has already been ruled out with concussion. Josh Jacobs is questionable. Um, it does look like Christian McCaffrey is leaning towards playing after being like on and off the injury report all week long.
Surprise, man's made of
Um,
glass.
and Herbert is questionable, but if I was to guess, I'm leaning towards probably won't play because the line from Vegas has gone down from a few points, so they're not thinking he's going to play.
He's a tough son of a bitch. Did you see him try to make that throw when he was scrambling last week?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I did.
man. And then he throws a freaking dart the next play. Good stuff.
But other than that, that's pretty much all I got for injury. What do you got for news?
Something completely that came out of left field. Jason Pierre-Paul is reportedly signing with the Ravens. 1 year, $5.5 million. Yeah, didn't get a
Yeah,
vet minimum.
I saw that. I
I,
saw that, and I'm
it
like,
just
wait, what?
yeah, it popped up on my news feed, and I was like, "You don't play for the Bucks still? Okay." But yeah, he's I guess he's cleared his physical or whatever for the Ravens, so we've got that. We have George Pickens with the Steelers. He's kind of apparently frustrated with some of the targets he's not been getting. You know what his quarterback had to say about his frustration?
I'm Mitch Trubisky, and I suck.
Pretty much. I think I can look for 14 more often. What a dumb response. Mitch is an idiot.
I mean, they keep playing like they're playing. I mean, Kenny Pickett is going to be starting before much longer. Another
Should
game
have
or two, I say.
should have been starting to begin with. Mitch Trubisky's
Should
terrible.
have. Yeah.
I hate when these like veteran head coaches like always give these rookies like the rub or whatever, but Ben won the fucking Super Bowl like what his rookie year, his second year. You don't always have to rub shit in their
Yeah.
face. Let's see. So far this year, PFF, their highest rated rookies, PFF, most people should probably know what it is, but it's Pro Football Focus. They pretty much grade every player at every position that played, and they keep count of how many snaps people played and all that good stuff.
Right.
So let me bring it over here so I can read it. I think it's pronounced Kader Kahu is number one. He has an 87.3 overall rating, and I believe it's based off of 100. So that's actually pretty
That's
darn
pretty good.
solid. Yeah,
Yeah.
87.3 is pretty solid. I think the only thing that isn't 100 is like their quarterback rating, but they still grade the quarterbacks out of a scale of 100.
Gotcha.
Traylon Burks, Tennessee Titans, 80.9, so another solid grade there. Drake London, just a solid flat 80 with the Falcons.
I, I'm sorry. The way Drake London is playing this year, I feel like he's getting snubbed a little there.
A little bit. It might be because he plays for the Falcons. That's probably my guess, but um, Garrett Wilson, I didn't even know he was doing that good. 77.8. So just a shade
Oh,
under Traylon. Traylon and
he
Drake.
had a hell of a game last week.
That's the
I think he
stat
had
line.
like two scores.
I think so, yeah. I think it was like two touchdowns, like 120 yards or something. So, welcome to the NFL
Yeah.
party. Um, Oklahoma State alumni Malcolm Rodriguez, 76.7, the Hard Knocks kid. Um,
Okay.
for the Lions, he's I think what looks like a fifth round pick or something, fifth or sixth round pick. 76.7 wasn't even supposed to start this year, but apparently outworked everyone and is going to start. Well, it's starting, so good for
Yeah.
him. Let's see, Nick Chubb, first player in NFL history to reach 5,000 yards and average 5 yards a carry through his first 60 games. That's a ridiculous stat line. Like, it's hard to average
Yeah.
5 yards in like high school, but and the man's doing it against professional players. So, um, I think he squats like 600 pounds, so you can't stop his momentum.
Right.
You might find this one kind of funny. Bobby Hart, who's a tackle for the Bills, he's got suspended a game because he attempted to punch a Titans player, but he punched the coach instead. Yeah,
Okay.
big dumb. Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, so Joe Thomas, probably the greatest offensive tackle of all time. No one gives Fat Boys love, so I'm gonna give him some love on this podcast. He is officially on the 2023 Pro Football Hall of Fame ballot. So facts about this dude is he was drafted third overall in 2007 to the Cleveland Browns. Never once in his career did he ever start 1-0. So he was never in a winning situation at Cleveland, so it's hard for him to get noticed. He was named a Pro Bowler his rookie season and then 10 consecutive seasons after that. So all 11 years he played, he was a Pro Bowler. First team All Pro 7 times. 10,363 consecutive snaps before an injury ended his career. And 6,580 pass blocking snaps. He gave up 30 sacks. The guy that replaced him, I think it was 2017, gave up 11 in the 11 games he played. So dude was a shit brick house. He's a mountain. Love him. See, Pro Football Reference gives him a Hall of Fame monitor rating of a 112.48. The average rating for tackles in the NFL Hall of Fame now is 94.56. So he's probably going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So
Should be.
yeah, they calculate some of those metrics based on like if your first team, uh, first or second team Pro Bowl championships. Different positions have different metrics, but those are probably like the highest weighted ones. So anything really probably over 90 is good, and he is a grade above what is currently in the freaking uh, Hall of Fame right now. So if the average is we'll say an A, dude has like an A plus plus. He's over 100. So I think he's got a pretty
Right.
good shot at making the Hall of Fame. So um, that's all I've got for news. So fantasy. I guess a semi rough week for me. Um, in our money league, I won by 11. My family league, I lost by 46. Yeah, stings like a bitch. And in the other league that I'm in, I won by 38. So 2-1 this week. Overall,
Nice.
I'm still doing pretty solid. Um, like I said, that league was the one I stuck with auto draft, and Lamar kind of fell to me and won me the game. So, uh, how about yourself?
Um, so in your family league, I ended up losing. I don't know by how many points, but I think it was 102 to like 69, something like that. So by like 40.
Yeah, same.
And then, yeah. And then in the money league that we're both in, um, I, I had Lamar and Stephon Diggs. So those two saved my bacon this week.
I was gonna talk
But
about
I'm
that
2 and
Stephon
0.
Diggs little thing a little bit more.
Well, the 45 points I got from him,
Yeah,
the
man,
like
you're
20
supposed to
games,
lose. Remember, you're supposed to lose.
yeah, yeah. I was going up against the guy that I'm like apparently the hardest matchup against me every year,
Hmm.
according to the metrics in our league. And
Good. He needs it.
he had Jalen Waddle, and that scared me. And then I had Stephon Diggs go off Monday night. So
Yeah,
I'll take
fucking
it. I
40
think it was like
fucking points.
172 to 154, something like
Mm,
that.
yeah, and when it started, there wasn't like a snowball's chance you're supposed to win. So I was just sitting there
No.
doing this. I'm like, yes, beat him, beat him.
So you beat him last week or week before last, and I beat him last week. So
Yeah, I think he's 0 and
our our
3.
our our champion for the league last year is now 0 and 2.
Getting them hands.
Should soon to be 0 and 3.
I'm
Hopefully.
I'm gonna just leave it alone, you know. Um, so we got our goodness, we got our predictions next. So Bucks at Saints, Titans at Bills, and Bears at Packers were your games last week. Predicted the Bucks would lose 13 to 17. They actually won 20 to 10. Predicted the Bills would beat the Titans 35 to 17. You're actually pretty close. The Titans only scored
Yeah.
7 though, and it was 41 to 7. So, yeah, they
I
got that
mean,
going for them. And then Bears at Packers. This one's pretty close too. You predicted the Bears would have 10, the Packers would have 21. The Bears did have 10, and the Packers had 27. So you got pretty close on that. Overall, you're sitting at 4-2. Let's see. I had Seahawks at 49ers, Patriots at Steelers, and Vikings at Eagles. God. Oh,
I mean, it was primetime Kirk Cousins that showed up.
he's fucking terrible. Uh, yeah. I predicted the Seahawks would lose 21 to 24. They lost 7 to 27. Predicted the Patriots would lose 17 to 21. They won 17-14. Goddamn Steelers. Predicted the Vikings would win 33-27. They lost 7-24. So yeah, there's that. Um,
Rough week,
yeah, 3-3.
but
So I'm only a game back.
bounce back.
Yeah, I was only a game back. We got the freaking Lions this week. So um, your games for this week are Raiders at Titans, Bills at Dolphins, Packers at Bucks.
So, um, thankfully, you guys do have the Lions this week because I picked up Irv Smith to play
Hmm.
him in your family league because
Hopefully he doesn't
I'm
drop
sorry,
another
Cole Komet.
freaking touchdown. I'm so damn mad. Sorry, go
Cole
ahead.
Komet ain't it
Mm-mm.
this year. I
Bears
gave
tight
him
end.
2 weeks. Yeah, gave him
I,
2 weeks, 0 points both weeks. So
I was gonna
thank
pick
you for
Irv
Bob.
back up, and I was like, "Fuck, I forgot."
Thank you for the
But
trade for Bob Tunyon in the money league because he scored me like 3 points.
yeah, he's well. The dude you gave me has a fucking concussion. They won't play ever. So it's like a
I mean,
win-win thing. So um,
I did pick up Gerald Everett off of waivers, so hopefully, you know, Chase Daniels likes tight ends.
it's all you can throw to. I'm gonna leave it alone.
um, Raiders versus Titans.
It's like the AFC like semi-toilet bowl.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
They
I
both
mean,
suck
really,
right
all three
now.
games you gave me this year are tough, or this week are tough. You know, I want to go for Titans over Raiders. Just looking at it, I mean, the Titans are a little bit healthier this week. So,
And they got
I
Derrick
mean, if you
Henry
don't have
still.
Renfro, yeah, if you don't have Hunter Renfro and possibly no Josh Jacobs, then the focus is just going to be on Devontae Adams and Darren
Waller.
Waller.
Yeah. So
So I
what you
want to say Titans 24, Raiders 17.
17. All right, got it.
And honestly, this one, I mean, the Dolphins are kind of scary.
It might be like 60-50. Mess around, man.
I know, which is fine because, more competitive game means more points for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. I might have to pick up Tua. I thought he was useless, but
Tua was already picked up.
son of a bitch. Okay.
Mud Dogs, I think, picked him up
Ugh, bastard.
because I had a waiver claim in for him, but I prioritized the tight end over the quarterback.
You probably would still got the
Mistake.
quarterback or the tight end. I'm sorry.
Um, yeah, I want to say Bills over Dolphins. Um, Bills just has the edge on the defense. I feel like both high-powered offenses. Um, and I'm wanting to say 42 to 38.
All right, got it.
And then Packers versus Bucks. Just because my cousin is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, I want to go with Packers. But
Mm-hmm.
granted, Packers fan here. Um, and I'm going to say
Brady.
21 to 17.
Brady doesn't have anybody. Ooh. All right. So, um, give me a second here. I mistyped the thing. So I've got Chiefs at Colts, Rams at Cardinals, and Lions at Vikings. So I think in the AFC, You got the Bills 1A and the Chiefs 1B, right, looking right now. So, I just don't think the Colts have enough weapons to keep up with the Chiefs, even though the Chiefs don't have much. So I'm gonna
I
say
mean, Pittman is healthy this week.
for the Colts,
Yeah,
yeah, but Matt Ryan doesn't have Julio where he can just throw it up and pray. Um, I'm gonna go 28-14. You're right.
for Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs 28, 28, Colts 14. Uh, Rams at Cardinals. There's a Call of Duty beta out this week, so I'm assuming the
That's what
kid,
Kyler's spending
yeah,
his time on.
yeah. So I don't think he's doing his mandatory film study this week. I think the Matt Stafford's still hurt though, so I think it'll probably be pretty low scoring. 24 Rams, Cardinals, we'll say 10. Uh, Lions at Vikings. So this is the kind of game I absolutely hate.
Is it prime time?
No, it's noon. But I hate it because it's both a trap game and a completely winnable game. So the Lions aren't as good as what they're leading on. They scratch and claw, they bite kneecaps and shit. So
I mean, they're
um,
doing exactly what they did last year. They just got a little bit more talent on the team this year.
yeah, I think it'll be, man. I think we'll probably open it up on them. I'm not gonna lie. But because I think that I probably shouldn't, it'll probably be. I'm gonna go 17-35. Lions 17, Vikings 35. It's at US Bank Stadium, so Detroit, I don't think has won a game in that building since it was built. So we've got that going for us. So
I
next,
will say this before we move on. Back in that one of the few off-season um, ones we did, when I called the Dolphins out as being a dark horse to make it to the Super Bowl,
hmm
2 weeks in, looking pretty solid.
yeah, Tua doesn't have a noodle arm like people like to make fun of him for. I think it's just because he throws left-handed and it looks awkward. So, and
Yeah,
they've got the same thing the Chiefs had going on, which is that freaking track meet. Every receiver runs like a 4.2 or a 4.3. The quarterback runs like a 4.5. They've got Raheem Mostert, who is probably one of the top three fastest
was a
players.
was a track star.
Yeah, like one of the top three players, not running backs, one of the three fastest players in the league. So they've got a lot of weapons. I think I
And
really wish they would have kept Flores, but that's not, not
yeah,
me or your call.
right. And then didn't he have history with Tyreek playing in Alabama, or did they miss by like a year or two?
I think Tyreek went to like Alabama State, which is like a HBCU. Um, s- I don't know if I don't know if they ever played together. I think Tyreek had been in the league like maybe 2 years, so they may have missed by like 2 years.
Gotcha.
But uh, who is it? Hurts is the one that had all the talent with all the
Yeah,
receivers. I think AJ Brown or whatever apparently went on a visit to Alabama, and Jalen Hurts was his host. So, um,
and now they're both on the Eagles,
yeah,
and Jalen Hurts still runs it in.
yeah, man, that dude has some freaking quads on him. It's like you can't tackle him. Let's see. Looking at my list here. Trivia. Okay. Do you have any trivia?
I do.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or
Did
do
you
you want
want
me to go
to?
first?
You can go first.
All right. So this one I hope's pretty easy for you because they talked about it like a bunch during the off season. Approximately how much did Tom Brady's last touchdown pass go for originally? Not after they put it back up.
Wasn't it like 500,000?
I'll give it to you. 550K. Yep. I'll give it
Yeah,
to you.
because then they got it back from him, right? And like
Ye-
got him like season tickets and a Bitcoin and
Yeah, they do some
a
stuff,
lot
and
of that.
then they canceled the 550K auction, and it resold for 119. So, um, whatever,
Gotcha.
it's Tom Brady, they're nut huggers.
All right. And then mine is also a Tom Brady
Oh
question.
God, we didn't collaborate on this, I promise.
No. Um, True or false? Tom Brady has never had one of his defenses that on the team that he's been on give up 43 or more points.
And that's regardless of it being Pats or Bucks.
Correct.
The only time I remember them getting throttled was a random Dolphins game when they busted out that Wildcat like 10 years ago. And I think that one was like 42 to 21. So I'm gonna go with false because every year, pretty much every year he was in New England, they had a top 5 or 7 defense. So I'm gonna go with false.
So it's actually true. A
Oh shit.
defense on the team Tom Brady has been on has never given up 43 or more points,
Huh. It's actually impressive.
according to the information that I saw.
That's impressive. Um, it's weird because
So,
it's he shouldn't really have an effect on the defense. You know what I mean? But it's weird that let's not let Tom down. You know what I
right.
mean? That's a hell of a question. I figured at some point they would have given up shit time. I thought you were talking
But
about
I
like
mean,
in like Michigan. I'm like, I have no idea, dude. I was like, dude.
no, this was all in NFL. But yeah, I mean, even if it was that Dolphin game, I mean, it was 42. So technically not 43 or more.
Right. I figured it was only like once, so I think
Wow.
yeah, I think it's only one time. That's all I've got. You got anything else you want to cover?
No, that's it. That's
Cool.
all I had too.
Well, as always, you can leave us a voice message by clicking the link in the description of the podcast or on the YouTube channel. You can send us an email at afterthefinalwhistlepodcast@gmail.com. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, and within the last 2 weeks, we added Amazon Music and Stitcher. If you want to see us somewhere, just shoot us an email and we'll get it taken care of. I'm Montel. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
All right. I'm Jonathan. Until next week, everybody, take care.
Peace.